Please don't hurt me. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video on my channel. Today we're going into the Premier League team of the season. It's been a long year. It's been a pretty boring year, I'm not gonna lie. Ever since Van Dijk got injured against Everton, it pretty much was just a given that City would win the league. Everyone knew that Sheffield United, West Brom, Fulham were going down by like December. So I guess we've got a top 4 race to care about, I guess. Let's be honest here, it's been a stinker, hasn't it? Probably because of the fact there's no fans. Like, you hear Harry Kane just go, yeah, and that's just all you ever see now. But anyway, as the season is almost over, I thought that why not do a Premier League team of the season of my own opinion, I guess. Now, I do want to say one thing. Just because I don't pick a player that you conveniently support in this doesn't mean that I hate your club. I'm a Burnley fan, so I've got literally not a single bias towards any club here. And just to prove that, this may surprise you, there's no Burnley players in this. Even though Nick Pup maybe could be in the top 5 at some stage. If you guys do enjoy, smash the like button and also subscribe if you're new. And tell me down below in the comments your predictions as well. We're going to do a 4-3-3 formation, 4 defenders, 3 midfielders and 3 forwards. We're not doing like a left wing striker, right wing, because it kind of narrows it down. Just 3 forwards. So I would just lean back and sip my coffee. Much rather do this than play FIFA. So throughout this video, I'm going to be picking a few players that I kind of almost picked, but just slightly just didn't make it for whatever reason. Again, nothing personal, and please don't say that I've got an agenda against someone, because like I can't please everyone. I literally can't. If I could, that'd be very easy. But for the goalkeeper, there's only really like 2 or 3 options that you can really pick here, which is Ederson, which is Mendy from Chelsea, and also Martinez from Aston Villa. Ederson actually has the most clean sheets, but with the defense in front of him, you would probably expect that. But it is still quite impressive. Mendy as well, first year in Premier League, done really well, but I've not really heard a lot about him. He's gone under the radar, in my opinion. He's a good keeper, and you don't really hear that much about him as other people. So between the 3 keepers, I want to say which one has impressed me the most. One that I've been very impressed. I see him a lot on the best saves of the week, and I'm going to say Martinez as my goalkeeper for my first player in this team this season. He's impressed me a lot. When I've seen him play, he always seems to make a pretty good save at least twice a game, and he has in fact changed Aston Villa a lot. And keep in mind, Ederson may have got more clean sheets, but there's no way in hell that he's facing anywhere near as many shots as what Martinez is. The Aston Villa defense is shaky at times compared to the likes of Chelsea and also City, and I feel like for Martinez to be up there is quite impressive. Let's get into the defense now, because I was initially thinking this would be largely City dominated. I kind of had a bit of a change in heart halfway through and thought of a player to which I feel like should be getting a bit more respect than what he has been before in the past. Let's break down the easy ones. Left back, Luke Shaw. I don't think anyone can really deny this. He's been so much better than what he has been in other years, and attacking wise becoming much more of a threat, and all in all just becoming back to his former self, to what we know Luke Shaw used to be many years ago, and it's so good to see. Let's get into the right back as well, which is pretty easy for me. Now there's maybe a hint of Kufal maybe in there. West Ham bringing him forward and pushing him ahead, which is not a bad shout, but I kind of feel like in a team like City, which has been very dominant in terms of how good they've been defensively and also attacking wise as well, part of the system, I've got to put in Cancelo in there. Right back has been an unreal position for them this year, and he has been very good for them in recent games and in recent months and weeks, and hence why he's in here. There was a part of me that also thought maybe Reece James, but I feel like if we're going to pick between Cancelo this year or Reece James from this year, I've got to go with Cancelo, but Reece James definitely deserves a big shout in that. And also, you may say Trent. Trent has also been a good player this year at times, but has also had a lot of stinkers. In terms of consistency, I feel like Cancelo is the one. And then there's the centre back. So number 1 is very easy. Ruben Dias. He has been fundamental in the entire change that there's been at City, becoming such a solid rock and a foundation that they've been missing since Vincent Kompany left. City aren't really known for being a very solid defensive team. They just haven't. Hey, mate, we scored more goals than you. And that has changed. They've, of course, only conceded 26 goals. The next best being 33 with Chelsea. It's very impressive. And I do feel like Ruben Dias is a massive part of that. And he's been ever-present as well this year. And then there's a second centre-back, which is hard because it could be between 3 or 4. So this is my shortlist. I will go with the likes of John Stones, which is a big player. However, has only played 20 games this year because of a few knocks. And then there's a ever-present lad in the likes of Harry Maguire, which we've seen in the recent game against Liverpool, that when Harry Maguire isn't there, which is very rare that he's not there, but when he's in there, it is a massive miss for Man United. They are so much more prone to errors without him there as that leadership quality, and I feel like people are slowly getting more respect for him. And then there's the likes of Rudiger, the likes of Thiago Silva, the likes of like any Chelsea centre-back, Christensen, or even Zuma at times. Like, they also deserve a big shout. And again, they've all been playing sporadically, like 20 appearances, 22, 17. It's a bit weird to pick one, as I feel like they've all contributed equally across the entire year. But I do feel like the Chelsea players do deserve a bit of respect, and I just feel like because there's not been one standout, I can't really pick one standout because they've all been so sporadic. I am gonna go for Maguire. I'll go for Maguire. I feel like he deserves a bit more respect for what he has been. Yes, he's a memeable player, and I feel like he deserved that last year. I feel like this year he's definitely sorted himself out, ironed out a few of those issues, and I feel like he does slowly but surely deserve a bit more respect of people, because I don't think he's the same player that people still think he is. So with the defense out the way, let's get stuck into the midfield, and this is where it could get pretty saucy. There's quite a few people here which people may say, oh, well, why not about him, and then him, and then him. So I'm going to try and keep this quite balanced. I feel like this is going to be controversial at times, because I think there's a lot of people that do deserve to be in it. So let's get down to the simple one for me. Bruno Fernandez should be the most non-controversial player in here. He's got an insane record in terms of goals and assists. Yes, people may say, oh, but what about penalties? If you really think that Fernandez is just penalties, then there's no helping you. There's no saving you. The guy is class. The guy is debatably world class. And if you think that all he is penalties, then my guy, you need to think about your ball knowledge. That's all I'm going to say about that. You're probably like 13 or 14 if you don't think that he's good. Literally, it's getting embarrassing now. 18 goals, 11 assists. The guy has single-handedly dragged Manchester United. Manchester United! Next up is, I don't even need to introduce him. It's Kevin De Bruyne. I don't even need to give a reason, because you already know that he's debatably, or not even debatably, the best player in the entire league. Sadly, he has picked up an injury too. However, even with him only being there for 22 games, he's still got 11 assists and 5 goals, which is mad, because that still makes him one of the best people in the league in midfield role to be playing. And then the third midfielder, which is a hard one, because it could be many. Okay, I want to give a bit of a shout out to some people here so that they don't get mad at me or you guys for missing them out. So Mason Mount, I feel like, has been a very good player this year and is really growing into his own. You know, 6 goals, 5 assists is still very good, and keep in mind he is still young. However, I just kind of feel like he's not been, you know, like the player of the year, maybe for Chelsea, but for the entire Premier League, I feel like it's not as impressive as what my #1 pick is ahead of him. Another big shout is Gundogan at City. Scored a lot of goals. He probably should be in ahead, but I feel like there's just one more person which has caught my eye out a lot more than him. And this one may be a surprise to some, I don't know. But for me, I'm going to go pick Souček. West Ham's Souček. The guys dragged West Ham almost single-handedly. Like, they had no right. They've got literally not a single right to be anywhere near the top 4. And before Jesse Lingard showed up, he was literally the only reason why they're there in the first place. Scoring winners, scoring equalizers, scoring big moments and big goals, and then being a beast defensively at the same time. I think that there's no shadow of doubt he's a signing of the season. Debates to be ahead of Lingard because he's been there the entire year. Lingard, if he was there the entire year, probably could also be in this as well. Like, West Ham has done bits in terms of their business, which is very impressive of them. And I feel like with what Mount has done and with what Gundogan has done is impressive, but I feel like Souček almost making West Ham almost a top 4 club. They may still be top 4, but almost in the first place, give them a chance, is so impressive. So for my uncommon pick that I've not seen many people do, I'm going with Souček. And then we get into the forwards. The forwards, which everyone loves talking about, and I'm sure that I'm definitely not going to annoy people here. So, simple one for me is Kane. Kane. It's Harry Kane. If anyone tries to debate this, then you're dumb. I'm not even going to waste my time, okay? he's in there. Alongside Kane, people may be surprised. I don't think so, but maybe, because people may not really think he's done that much, but he has actually done a good amount. But compared to his levels of previous years, people just don't really think about it, and that is Mo Salah. 21 goals this year, on way for Golden Boot, and most people don't even know. Honestly, most people don't even recognise the fact he scored so many goals this year. Of course, Liverpool has not been amazing this year. Defensive issues, injury issues, all that good stuff. We already know what they've gone through this year. But Salah has always been one of the only shining lights that they've had the entire season, and he has been good, okay? People may say, yeah, but not as good as this year or that year, but that just shows how good he is. He's done the business, okay? When it counted, he's done the business. Now, this is the thing. There's a third spot here, right? And it could be many people, so I am just going to give some proper credit here. So, someone like a Grealish should be in this. And for me, Grealish is my number 3 choice. I would pick Grealish in this alongside Salah and Kane. There's one thing that's stopping me from doing that, and that's because of the fact that he's not been there for a good chunk of the year. 3-4 months he's been out of injury. But if you look at his stats, the way, if you just watch Aston Villa play when he's playing, he completely transforms the side. It's like putting Messi with a team of, put Messi with Burnley. It's like that kind of comparison. It's nuts the way that they play when he's in the team, and that's why I want to put him ahead. However, I feel like there be people that saying that I'm just being too ignorant to how good that someone like Heung-min Son has been this year. And I kind of also want to put in Heung-min Son as well, because he has been very good. Without Son and Kane, Spurs would be a mid-table team. 17 goals, 10 assists, and has been also ever present this year is something that I just can't not think about. Some other big shout-outs goes to the like of Calvert-Lewin. Even the likes of Patrick Bamford, he's done really well this year. And also Marcus Rashford has also been pretty good this year. I still feel like with Rashford, there's a next level which I'm still waiting to see. I feel like he's a very good player, but there's something that's just missing to become that next level. That final decision making that he has in the box, I feel like kind of lets him down a bit. He's done well this year, but I feel like he's just not got to that play of the year level this season. So if I'm picking between Grealish and Son, Grealish for me is very, very important, and debatably at times a better kind of player than Son. However, Son, for what he's done this year, I can't overlook what he's done. That's why. Well, that is my team of the season. So alongside here, or there, wherever I put it, you'll be seeing my official team of the season. So Martinez in goal, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Ruben Dias and Cancelo in defense. In midfield, it will be Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno Fernandez, and also Souček. And then up top as a forward, it will be Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, and Mo Salah. Tell me your thoughts down below in the comments. And I guess if I will have to do a manager of the season while we're here, I want to say it's going to be between Pep Guardiola or debatably David Moyes. I feel like David Moyes deserves a lot of credit for what he's done this year. And City, even though they have been dominant, they did have a pretty poor start at the beginning. And West Ham have been pretty consistent the entire year. So, you know what, man? Just because I like to see a happy ending, I'm going to give David Moyes my respect for this year. But I like to see a happy ending. I like to see an underdog story. So I'm going to give my manager of the year to David Moyes for... I mean, I thought West Ham was going to be in a battle for the drop this year. I didn't see them go down, but I think they'll be like 17th or 16th. I think I put them down. So he has impressed me a lot this year. So David Moyes, manager of the season. Tell me your thoughts down below in the comments, and tell me how wrong do you think I am. Alright, let's find out. So, thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and smash that like button. I'll see you all next time for another video on my channel. And yeah, lads, there you go. Peace out, boys.